you was hating on the queen Beyonce. So I
was
her
not hating on Beyonce.
It kind of was hate.
No, it was not directed at all as hate.
When the Bow Down record came out,
yeah, I love Beyonce.
And you was like, you know, first it was all let's have camaraderie as women. Now it's
well,
Bow
the thing
Down.
is that I just seen Beyonce a few times. She's always a very sweet girl. Mm-hmm. To me, that just wasn't her. You know what I mean? Her thing. But I don't know. Like you know, dude said she switched it up or something.
If somebody says I love you but I hate you, that's not homage.
So Keyshia Cole just dropped a bombshell, and it's messier than anyone expected. She's claiming that Beyonce's own father, Matthew Knowles, was allegedly offering her up for secret freak-offs with industry big dogs just to level up her career. Wild, right? Now get this. Keyshia's saying that's exactly how Beyonce ended up with Jay-Z. She was only 18, and he was almost 30. According to the whispers, their marriage wasn't just about love. It was a whole business deal that spun out of control. And now, Bey's stuck in the middle of his drama, especially all that shady stuff tied to Diddy. Word is, Beyonce thought Jay-Z would help her rise up in the game in a better way than her dad did. But turns out, Jay might have been just as dirty. The streets are buzzing that he kept pushing her into the same type of secret meetings with execs. And, yep, one of them was allegedly Diddy. Keyshia's never really vibed with Beyonce, but this right here, this is on another level. She's basically accusing her of being a pawn in some elite power game, passed around by the very people she trusted most. And let's not forget, Keyshia already had smoke with Beyonce way back in 2013 when Bey dropped Bow Down. That track shook up the whole R&B world, with Bey telling the girls to quit the competition and show her respect, like she's royalty. That song had everybody pressed, especially the ones who weren't ready to bow down.
You're on a Pepsi can, for goodness sakes, to tell B words to bow down. And then you're saying girls run the world.
I just feel like it's kind of, it's hard to swallow. Just very hard to swallow, having seen her in a different light.
I love Beyonce, but I honestly think that Jay-Z's putting thoughts in her head.
Some folks started speculating that Beyonce's Bow Down wasn't just throwing shade in general. It was aimed directly at Rihanna. And guess what? Rihanna definitely caught the smoke and didn't hold back. She clapped back real quick. But what really blew people's minds was when Beyonce's own fans, yes, the usually ride or die beehive, started dragging her too. That's how you know it got real. People were calling her out hard, saying she went from hyping up women with "Who Run the World" girls to suddenly turning around and calling those same women the B word and telling them to bow down. Like, huh? The switch up was wild and folks weren't having it. But instead of Beyonce just eating that L and maybe owning up to taking things too far with Rihanna, she doubled down. She didn't apologize. Nope, she said she walked into the studio one day, heard a voice in her head, telling her to humble the girls, and jumped straight in the booth to record the track. Just like that. She claimed she didn't mean to offend anyone, but then kept performing the song like it was her anthem, even busting it out during her huge L performance. So the tea just kept spilling. People were convinced Beyonce's Bow Down track was slick shade thrown straight at Rihanna. And honestly, Rihanna thought the same because she fired back instantly. But the real plot twist, even Beyonce's loyal beehive turned on her. That's right, her own fans started dragging her for being a whole hypocrite. They were like, wait a minute, didn't you just say girls run the world? Now you're calling them the B word and telling them to bow down? That switch up had folks confused and mad. And for the beehive, a group that normally rides for Beyonce no matter what, to call her out, that was major. But instead of owning it, Bey got defensive. She didn't offer an apology, not even a lil one. She said she walked into the studio and heard a voice telling her to humble the girls. So she jumped in the booth and did just that. She tried to say it wasn't meant to offend anybody, but let's be real. She's still out here performing that song like it's her personal anthem.
I know that you are a Beyonce fan.
I am.
You're a Beyonce fan, and she recently put out her new song, Bow Down.
Mm-hmm.
People are talking about it.
Opinion is opinion. I think art should be expressed the way it should.
Do you love the song?
I don't love the song, but I love Beyonce. I have to be honest, you know.
She even rocked it hard during her L performance. So it's clear she's not backing down. And that bold energy, oh, it lit a fire under both Rihanna and Keyshia Cole. They were not having it and took to social media to drag Beyonce straight through the digital streets. Rihanna hit up Instagram and posted a headline that crowned her the UK's Queen of Pop with the caption, "I only know how to be number one. I could use a challenge." How did it feel down there on your knees? Oop, that wasn't just shade, that was a whole thunderstorm. Anybody who knows the Navy knows Rihanna wasn't holding back during that era. That post had Beyonce written all over it, and everyone caught on quick. Then Keyshia Cole jumped in and went off on Twitter with a straight-up explosive rant. She was even more direct than Rihanna, saying, "First, women need to stick together. What now? Be better. Bow, Sam H. But it's all G, chicks stay shooting the ish." She kept going too. "I done kept it real from the start. Respect that. Can't stand when people act self-righteous when it benefits them. But still talk mess when it's convenient? F out of here." You'd think after all these years, Keyshia Cole would have let it go, but nope. Word on the curb is she's still heated and now moving slick behind the scenes, spreading fresh rumors about Beyonce's come-up. She's allegedly telling folks that Matthew Knowles was hooking Bey up with big execs way before Jay-Z ever stepped in the picture. And here's the kicker. She's claiming Jay was just another one of the dudes Matthew lined up. But it doesn't stop there, because the whispers say Jay wasn't any better. He allegedly continued the same shady pattern. And what's even crazier, rapper DaBaby hinted at this during an interview when he said he once met Beyonce and Jay at Diddy's crib for a private meeting. The way he said it had folks raising eyebrows real quick. And let's not forget those deep allegations that Jay kept Beyonce under his thumb by keeping her hooked on certain substances, including nose candy, just to have control over her. These wild claims were first brought up by Beyonce's former bodyguard, Uncle Ron, who said he personally witnessed Jay giving her hard stuff to keep her in line. And if that wasn't messy enough, there's still chatter about how Jay allegedly groomed Bey into their relationship when she was just 18 and he was almost 30. This right here is what Keyshia was pointing to when she said Beyonce was allegedly serviced to Jay-Z to fast-track her success. Right after she got with Jay, her career skyrocketed, like overnight. Suddenly, she was the industry's golden girl, getting way more love, deals, and opportunities than Kelly or Michelle ever did. And let's be real, that shift didn't go unnoticed. Now let's take it back. Bey didn't really have a typical childhood or social life. From a young age, she was locked into that music grind. She only had one boyfriend in high school, and then boom, Jay-Z enters the scene when she's 18, and he becomes her whole world. That's all she's ever known. So when he cheated on her, folks believe she stayed because she didn't know life without him. He wasn't just her man, he was her mentor, her boss, and the foundation of her entire brand and family.
I feel like the only way she expresses herself is through her music. And I don't know them, obviously, but I'm just saying, just like by seeing the age gap and what happens between that age gap, she never got to live.
And just when we thought the drama couldn't go any deeper, a blind item came out and spilled fresh tea. According to the source, Beyonce allegedly has a $500 million escape plan in the works. Yes, you heard that right. The source claims she's been trying to step away from the spotlight, quit the industry, and live a peaceful life out of the public eye. But here's the twist. They won't let her. Allegedly, the powers behind the scenes are forcing her to keep performing because she's their biggest cash cow. According to the source, this ain't some brand new rumor. Industry insiders been whispering about it for a minute. And if you're wondering why Beyonce's bodyguard chased her down at that recent big award show, it's because sis has allegedly threatened to flee the country more than once. She's done with the pressure, the control, and all the behind-the-scenes handlers pulling her strings. They're scared she'll vanish without saying a word. And honestly, they got reason to worry. The source claims Beyonce's been battling depression and even having some real dark thoughts. Her team claims they're just looking out for her. But the truth, they're scared of losing their biggest moneymaker. To them, she ain't just a human, she's a walking brand, a billion-dollar business. They've kept her on lockdown for years, managing everything, from her image to her schedule. But that leash, it's starting to snap. She's on the edge of rebellion. Fed up with her mom's tight grip and her husband's influence, she wants out of the fame, out of the deals, out of the trap. Now, as for Keyshia, no one knows exactly where she got that wild tea about Jay allegedly servicing Beyonce out. Heck, we can't even confirm she really said it. But what we do know, the streets are buzzing. Folks are side-eyeing Beyonce heavy, saying she's keeping secrets and hiding truths. As expected, folks had a lot to say. One person commented, "I'm so tired of hearing about Beyonce like she's the only woman who ever made music. I'd take Keyshia Cole's vocals over hers any day. Keyshia can really sing. Give her the credit she deserves." The shade was strong in that one. Someone else chimed in with, wait, Keyshia was beefing with Beyonce? I didn't even know that. I just thought her music stopped hitting and she stepped back. Also, I swear I thought her name was Keyshia, not Keyshia. Turns out a lot of people didn't even know there was real beef brewing under the surface all this time. But now that the rumors are flying, from blackballing accusations to the talk of Jay allegedly servicing Beyonce out for fame, folks are starting to connect the dots, or at least trying to. So now I really want to hear from y'all. Do you believe Beyonce might have played a part in holding Keyshia back from the spotlight? And what about those explosive claims that Jay and Matthew were both allegedly pushing Beyonce into certain situations for career gain? Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And while you're at it, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video if you're here for the real tea.